Well, hello, Emily. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Um, Last time you were here, we were talking about some difficulties that you were having adjusting to the new semester. So my goal for this session is kind of to dive more into more of those transitions and kind of see what has been going on that's been new,
Yeah.
or continue that flow of adjustment.
Yeah. Things are better. It's like I'm more like adjusted into the semester and like a new swim with different friends and like things have kind of like normalized being like long distance and stuff. So that's good.
So things have kind of settled down from what, all the things that were going on before have kind of like settled out. You've gotten into a routine,
Yeah.
and
Definitely.
you're kind of comfortable and kind of looking forward instead of being frustrated and confused in the middle. So
Yeah, less frazzled.
yeah. So what are some things that have been? Can you tell me more about any frustrations or anything going on in that area?
Well, I'm a little overwhelmed just kind of with finances currently, just because I had a doctor's bill and like the doctor, like I went to the doctor and he was like, "Oh, you're sick," and my insurance like billed me like it's like they covered like nothing. Apparently they like act like legitimately covered nothing, and then which is I don't understand why I'm paying for it if they're covering nothing. But anyways, so then I went to the doctor, so now I have to pay for that, and then there's other expenses like a clep test and just things that I wasn't expecting to spend, like even it wasn't even like in my incidentals, like it's like surpassing my incidentals by like some like ridiculous amount this month. So I'm really for the rest of the year, but so really it's just like I'm feeling a little overwhelmed as far as finances go, but I know like there's nothing I can do about that. Like that I have to just kind of keep it on. Like I can start working again in like January, so I have what I have until January, so that's that. But what's really been like frustrating is just like my roommate, so
Your roommate, can you tell me more about that?
yeah. Well, we've been friends for the past couple years, and we lived together last year like in a suite, but like all of my friends and my roommate from like the 4 years or whatever, like a lot of my friends have graduated this year, a lot of people I was really close with. And she has always been one of those like relationships that's more like work than fun. Do you know what I mean? So like I love her. However, like she's just exhausting to be around. And like she is like obscenely messy. And like I'm not a neat freak. I'm not one of those people who's like everything needs to be like lined up. Like I'm not like that clean. But she is like ridiculously messy. Like she just piles things on and piles things on. Her desk is like a mountain. And I was telling my boyfriend, he was like, I think you're probably exaggerating. Like he was he was listening to me and stuff. But then I think he got to a point where he was like, I'm like, come on, like it can't be that bad. And I was like, oh yeah. And like I hung up and like took pictures and sent them to me. And he was like, oh, it is that bad. And like I've like talked to her about it, and she's like, well, I'm not like a hoarder. And I'm like, you're not a hoarder because you have to pack up every 6 months or every 10 months, whatever it is, like we're in school. And she's like, well, maybe, but like it's not that bad. It could be worse. And I'm like, no, like you leave dishes like everywhere, like her stuff, like there have been points where there's like no floor, and I have to ask her to clean up, and she gets all like, I don't want to clean up, like I'm just really tired, I just need to relax, I'm so busy. And then she's always like, I think I have an anxiety disorder. She's always talking about how she thinks she has an anxiety disorder. I'm like, maybe that's because you can't find anything, like honestly. And I try not to be like her mom and be like, well, maybe you should clean up, but like at the same time it's gross and it's embarrassing too. Like I can't have people come in, like I don't know, it's just so frustrating. And it's frustrating to live in because like they're like I think I'm kind of like a visual learner, and so like if my space isn't like, it's not even like it has to be clean, but if like my space is chaotic, I can't like focus. And so like she just brings like chaos. Like there's like piles of clothes on the floor, there's garbage on my desk. Like she will never, we have like 2 garbage cans, and like once hers overflows she starts using my garbage can, which is like whatever, it's community garbage can, it's not a big deal. And once her overflows she starts using mine. But she like, you know, like you like those things at the cafe or whatever, they're like those with the lids, like the takeout things. she'll just like stuff it in the garbage can. It doesn't even fit, so it just like sits on top of the garbage can. And she'll keep on piling things, and when they won't fit in the garbage cans anymore, she'll just put them on her desk. Like, just take out the garbage. It's so annoying. It's so gross.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
So your roommate is somebody who, you know, you enjoyed being around before and in the past.
Yeah.
But but now that she has become, you know, into your room, you're with her a lot more, you're realizing that, you know, she's not the type of person that you would want to live with, and it's hurting your friendship because, you know, maybe before if you weren't living with her you guys would be good friends, but because now that you're living with her in close quarters you feel like she's somebody who you kind of clash with living with.
Especially because I'm like, feel like I'm constantly being like, hey, go pick up your stuff. Hey, please go pick up your, like, and then she's like, oh, and she gets all like, sometimes she like cries and like, it's all like, you don't understand how busy I am. I'm like, I'm in more credit hours than you. I'm a senior. Like, I understand how busy you are. And like, I understand like you have like, she has work study or whatever. So like, I understand like there's also a point where like you have to do like you are busy, but I'm not like, I don't think I'm being unreasonable being like, hey, can you please like pick up your crap off the floor and like maybe make it so you can close your desk drawers so I don't like walk into them, because like literally she just has piles of stuff coming out of her drawers.
Right.
I don't even know what like half this crap is because she didn't even buy any textbooks this year, so I'm like, I don't know what all this is.
Yeah. So it's just so you're feeling very overwhelmed because you don't want it to be the way that it is now, and you try to approach her about it and she's not responding very well to your confrontation to her, and so you feeling kind of stuck in a place that you can't even come to your home, away from home, and feel like you're home.
Exactly. And I can't even like, and like I try not to be like, blah, clean up. Like I try and be like relaxed and like, okay, like could you please, like I try and do it nicely and stuff, but she still gets so offended. And then if I just start cleaning up her stuff, she gets more offended. But like, you don't leave me a choice. It's like literally like, I'm not a neat freak. Like when I ask her to clean up her stuff, it's at the point where like we literally don't have a floor. Like, I'm not exaggerating. When it's like, where do we walk? That's when I ask her to pick up her stuff.
Yeah.
And she gets all like weepy and like, I'm just so busy. Like, no one is that busy. Like, I'm sorry. It takes like I'm always putting stuff on her bed that she puts on the floor, and she's like, why'd you put it on my bed? I'm just gonna put it on the floor later. And I'm like, I don't know.
So it seems like there's a lot of emotions with trying to balance your personal schoolwork, your financial situations, your personal relationships with your boyfriend and with your family, but also trying to balance somebody who you care about but are feeling a lot of tension around, and it's hard to move forward in that way and be comfortable with that, and because that affects everything else, and so it's something that